So I want to talk about the hurricane. I want to talk about Florence. I want to talk about Florence. Uh, right now, we're probably seeing the first, probably a couple, maybe a couple more than a couple storms coming towards the United States this in the next couple of months. And right now, we're seeing North Carolina and Florida and a lot of other places in the crosshairs of this beast of a storm. Why is it that we continue to see weather this extreme? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not necessarily because of global warming, okay? Because there's been studies done in the last couple of decades that has shown that there's about 110, 120 years cycles that repeat every set number of years that this kind of weather happens. Every 120 years or so, we have this really strong period of like 4 or 5 years, maybe 10 at the most, of just massive storms. And the reason why is because despite what we think, the ecosystem, the planet's ecosystem, is balanced. It's just it's on a longer cycle than what we are. Even it's on a longer cycle than what we can really imagine, because as people that live maybe 90 years at best for the majority of us, and the very few that reach 100, 105, 110, we very rarely see a full cycle just because of the fact that they're so damn long term. But to say that these latest hurricanes and everything else is because of global warming, at least because of recent studies that I've been actually reading and understanding and listening to and getting in depth with myself, I have to say that the fact that the sheer amount of data that disproves the whole global warming or climate change theory is just propaganda. I mean, granted, we do have a responsibility to not pollute the water, pollute the land, pollute the air, because of the fact that we very well could end up suffering the consequences of that, because as we pollute the air becomes less breathable. As we pollute the water, we end up with less water that's drinkable. As we pollute the land with landfills, we have less places to grow fresh crops and build better and bigger areas for stuff like residential areas and stuff like that. So, to be honest, do I completely believe that it's not all the fault of global warming? No, I do think that there is somewhat of a negligible amount of impact that our mismanaging of the earth causes, but at the same time, I think it's more of an impact on local climate and local quality of air, land, and water, not necessarily global weather change. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? To be honest, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I'd love to hear your opinion on, do you think it is a global warming? Do you not think it's global warming? Do you think that we should use fossil fuels, or do you think we should find something different? Because eventually, even if it's not polluting, it's going to run out eventually anyway. And to be honest, I mean, using renewable energy for the sake of having a source of energy after everything else is gone, that's a smart move. But saying that using green energy saves the planet is, I don't know. I mean, I do still believe in the virtues of recycling and everything else because I like my world green and full of life and not turned into the next trash heap. I will agree with that, but do I think it causes extreme weather? Probably not. Do I think it causes less palatable and less livable conditions? Yes. So do yourself and your neighbors a favor and try and not litter and try and not do things that pollute the air and the water. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And for those of you down in North Carolina, South Carolina, the East Coast, and anywhere that's going to be hit by this, stay safe. Focus on the positives and just realize there are still people that are going to help. There are still people that will help. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe.